Alright guys, this is going to be another League of Legends cast. We have Kakame on Corki. Timmy is the same ranked match. We didn't have a tank and everyone refused to tank. And I actually don't have any tanks other than Rammus. And I think we have a jungler right now. I'm not sure. But even if we don't, the team didn't want Rammus. I think he was banned. So I went with Shen, who is free right now. Then we have the Obe on Lux. Gojira, my friend, playing Akali. On the other team, we'll get back to the sofa. Catastrophe playing Twisted Fate. Stormmaker playing Tristana. Anastas, I'll just call him Tree Dude, playing Maoki or whatever you want me to call him, but I'll probably be saying it wrong the whole time, so I'll just call him Tree Dude. Sofa playing Trind. Forsaken playing Fiddlesticks, my arch enemy. I don't like Fiddle. I think he's ridiculous right now, but that's just me. Sound Conjurer playing Annie. So the main title of this is going to be how to come back in a League of Legends game. You're going to see in about 2 minutes what I mean by how to come back, because we start with quite a deficit. Yeah. It's a pretty good game, though. As I said, this is first time Shen, so you're going to see a lot of mistakes from me. Basically all I knew about him was he had an awesome ult that everyone hated, which is why he used to be banned, and now he's not banned anymore, so I gave him a try. I do not plan on purchasing Shen after this just because I have enough tanks, but he's still a lot of fun. I definitely suggest you give him a try if you haven't already. Yeah. So as you can see, their team is pretty AP heavy depending on what TF goes. If TF goes AD, then that's a nice split for them. 2 ADs and 2 APs. I'm actually going to lower my graphics settings a little bit because they do not do so well when I'm recording with fraps. So just a quick change here. Okay, hopefully this doesn't crash it. If it does, that sucks. And I'll just have to record it again. Yeah. Gonna take a drink of my drink. Alright, so what do I mean by how to come back? At first, you guys might think, well, are you gonna lose a tower in 5 minutes? What could go wrong? I mean, you have such a good team comp. How could you lose? Well, I'll show you how to do everything wrong at level 1.
From the shadows.
Alright, so apparently I like moving the screen around. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys what I mean by how to do everything wrong at level 1. It starts off by trying to gank blue when apparently Tryndamere is left behind. So as you can see, they clearly know we're coming. I'm waiting for Tryndamere. I'm trying to wait for Tryndamere. We're all grouping up. We thought we had the better level 1, but it really depends on what Fiddle gets. As you can see, he actually got life drain, and we were not prepared for that. But, I mean, we should have seen that coming. He definitely was going to get life drain. So I'm going to charge in here. I am the tank. I'm going to do my job, which is tank for people. I should have gotten my E when we knew we were doing this. And then right here is when the cluster fuck happens. Oh, sorry. Bad language. So at this, we're like, okay, let's steal blue because that way it'll mess up Fiddle's jungle. And Tryndamere's here, and he needs a blue anyway, so we thought it was a really good idea. So we're all sitting in the bush. We're going to take a lot of fire. Tristana's coming down, Annie's right there. They all know we're here, but we're staying for some reason. So Lux, or Corki's going to tank it. We start going for the blue. And this is when everything goes wrong. So he should have smited it. I don't know why. Oh, he does smite it, but he smites it way too late. So then we engage. We think we've got Maoki, but he just flashes, which was a waste. Then we lose Sofa King. Fiddlesticks gets the blue with a lifesteal. We haven't gotten a kill. So far we lost Tryndamere, who died to a lifesteal. They're all sitting there with no health. Then we lose Corki to another one. Tristana gets away with a flash. Basically, we really messed that up so hard. That was like the worst start to a game. They all get away with no health, and we start down -2. So luckily, if you guys were paying attention at the beginning, I said how to come back. So I do not plan on losing this game. I did in fact play this game. So, whoa, a little bit of lag. So yeah, I'm playing first time Shen. Shen's a really good farmer actually for a tank. He's not like singed with his poison, but his Q comes up every about 2 seconds, and you can just spam it because it comes up every 2 seconds. One thing I've heard a lot of complaints of is like Akali's Q. When you mark people, you get health back, But people have been complaining that it's actually so insignificant that if you bought a regrowth pendant, you'd be getting essentially the same amount of health back. So I don't really know if it's worth it or not to just be spamming that all day, but it gets you good farm, so I guess it can't hurt. I mean, if we did get anything out of that, I guess we did get a level 2, but I'm pretty sure they got more for the assists than the kills anyway, so yeah. So me and Gojira are going to be the ninja team down in bot. So Team Ninja, again, we scout this, but it doesn't really matter. No one can go up there and touch him. Fiddle's probably one of my most feared heroes right now just because of his life drain, which gives him incredible sustain in a fight, but also because of his ability to fear you, which just basically you can't do anything and you just take free fire, which really sucks. As you can see, Mayoki using his little bit snare on Nikali, and she took a little bit too much damage. As you can see, I'm going to max out my Q first and then put equal points into feint, which gives you a little bit of a shield, and shadow dash, which gives you the taunt. I don't know how well I play as Shen this game. I don't really remember. Since then, I've played a bunch of games as Shen, trying to learn him and take advantage of him while he's free. But yeah, for now, you guys are just going to see my Shen. As you can see in the top, we got Corki, about 400 health. Twisted Fate, about 250. So Corki doing pretty good harass. Corki is a great farmer with his phosphorus bomb. Oh, whoa. Alright, I think he's going for a kill. It's hard to tell without these health bars. I think he's going to get it. In bot, we're taking some heavy damage, though. And I actually died to an ignite. So that's pretty newbie on my part. I actually do pretty poorly this game. You're going to see. I mean, I've never played Shen before, so I was already in for some trouble. And bot lane with Mayoki's heal and his constant sapling just has a lot of harass capabilities. So in case you didn't see, there's this Fiddlesticks is right around here. Right around this area. And they're actually going to tower dive. Yeah, they tower dived her, but she was able to get Tristana for that. So as you can see, we're not doing very well bot. We're calling for Tryndamere to help us, but obviously it's a little late for that. He's got a mana pot, which is good, and our Tryndamere just does not do well this game. He actually just killed himself against a minion, which is pretty lame. I believe I call him Failmere. I'm not very nice in some of these games, so I'm not doing well. As you can see, I'm already starting off 0-1. The big reason you want to spam with him, though, as much as possible, is the fact that he uses energy instead of mana. So unlike mana, where you have to wait for it to recharge, energy comes back really fast. It comes back in, I think it's 5 a second. That looks like a second, 5 a second, which is very fast. If you spam enough with him, though, you actually will run out of energy. I do it a lot in this video because I just am a little Shenny noob. I'm going to try and adjust the camera a little bit. That looks about right. Alright. So you can see that snare just doing a lot of damage to Akali and really just messes her up. It's kind of annoying being in that and not being able to do anything, especially at the beginning of a team fight, which is one of the reasons I really hate Mayoki. That and his early game harass is really annoying. So TF with an ult does not get anyone. He, I think, just ulted to here in hopes of tower dying being Corki, but Corki had already backed, so no such luck. Go for a little harass on Mayoki, doing a little taunt. And here we have a Akali. We're not gonna commit to this. Too many minions, and in case you guys didn't know, well, I'm sure you did, but just whenever you're focused by minions, it's not good. You want to avoid that as much as possible. As you can see, the health from my Q just not that much. It's about 30 plus 3, which is not much. Yeah, and I've never seen an AP Shen. I've heard on the forums people have tried AP Shen to try and get something more out of his heal or just to be more effective, but I've never seen it, so I don't really know how that works out. The problem with Shen, I've heard in a lot of forums, this is a little bit of an overkit, and it definitely on my part. The problem with the Shen on the forums is that there's no reason to go after him and kill him during team fights. Like, Singe is constantly poisoning your team, so you want to get him out of the way. Or Nunu can be consistently slowing your team, which is another reason to get him out of the team fight. Or a fear of his ult. A little bit of a tower dive. They're going to ignite me, and I am going to die. My shield is not enough. So as you can see, this Mayoki just doing a lot of work on a spot. I'm 0-2, so I'm not doing very well at bot. And I think Akali is 0-1, or 1-1, because she picked up the Tristana kill. Almost picked up a second Tristana kill. But that's a little too much. So we have Tryndamere here. Tryndamere is going to do absolutely nothing for the team. He waits until Akali's pretty much dead and then runs in and almost dies. So yeah, this Tryndamere not our favorite player on the team. That's to be sure. So I'm slowly making my way back up. I forgot an item. So I'm just going to go back and snag. I think it's a ruby crystal. Yeah, it's a ruby crystal. Then make my way back to the lane. So yeah. Obviously, Akali was baiting him right here and trying to get him to face check where Tryndamere was, but Tryndamere, I don't know, wasn't patient enough or didn't realize the plan because he didn't do anything. He says he wasn't there, you genius, but I honestly think that was Tryndamere's bad. He doesn't gank very well as a jungler the entire game, so yeah. So Corki going to be getting a lot of farm. Corki, with his ability to use his machine gun and his phosphorus bomb, can just demolish minions. Lux getting picked off in mid. I'm sorry guys, I'm not actually trying to watch the whole thing. I'm just waiting until I get back in lane. If you guys want to see like a whole commentary of a game and try and have me catch everything, just comment for it. But until that time, I just don't think it's worth it. I'm going to miss some stuff, and I'm sorry. But once the team fight phase comes, it'll be better. One of the hardest problems with this is I actually don't see anyone's health bar who's not immediately near me. So yeah. I call everyone saying I have ult. So as you can see, kills still 3-7. They have twice as many kills, and bot is taking some serious damage. Corki may be going down, or it might be TF. I think they're just trading blows there. I'm gonna ult. I ult Tryndamere. That was such a noob mistake. I forgot about his endless rage, and I just completely made a noob mistake there. So you guys can laugh at me in the comments if you want. So I left Akali with Mayoki. I actually did think they were diving him. They were quite aggressive, and Lux wasn't quite there yet. So for an Annie to dive, it's not that impractical to think. So yeah, obviously we have a lot of tower damage, about half health on our tower, about half, 2/3 on that one, about 2/3 on mid. So obviously tower-wise, I don't think we've touched their tower this game. Mid is untouched, and top is untouched. So as you can see, not much tower damage for our team, a lot of deaths on our team. Really, they're just coming out ahead in every regard. And I do not know the exact turning point of this game, but there is one. Don't worry, I will show it to you and make it clear. It's about 11 minutes in. Corki's signaling that he needs to back and he needs Tryndamere to cover his tower. That's one thing a jungler just needs to be aware of.